This is V81 Radio Worldwide. Almighty God, grant us the courage of Jesus Christ, your Son, to face the coronavirus pandemic with trust, strength, compassion, and resiliency. Give us the grace of the Holy Spirit to free us from fear and anxiety so we may do actions of help and support and look forward to our healing with hope. We pray for the health workers, food liners, maintenance cleaners, logistics abler, government leaders, and volunteers who continuously come together to deliver our daily needs to survive. Guide us from this time of crisis. Preserve us in peace. Protect the weak and vulnerable and those who serve the society during this pandemic. This we ask and pray in Jesus' name, our Savior. Amen. Naghahatid saya sa mga Pinoy, mga kantang tatak Pinoy. Kahit nasan ka man, kami ay mapapakinggan. Streaming worldwide, the future of radio in Manila, California, and Hong Kong. This is V81 Radio.
Malayo ka man sa iyong pamilya, dito ay hindi ka nag-iisa. Tiyak ito'y iyong hahanap-hanapin, dahil ito ang nagpapasaya sa atin.
The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the program anchors and producers and do not necessarily reflect the policies and position of this station. Here now is the program for the millennials that will showcase young professionals' worth, aspirations, and successes in doing what they believe is right, progressive, and inclusive. Join them as they discover the path to self and societal fulfillment while making a difference. Hosted by empowered and cool millennial Erika Mison, together with her fellow millennials, they will be making a difference.
Good afternoon, everyone. You are now tuned in to Making a Difference. So, this is a show created to inspire and motivate the youth of today. My name is Erika Mison, and I am your host and online friend. So, last episode, I invited Boy Scouts from the Boy Scouts of the Philippines. Now, we were able to talk about what kind of work they do, what kind of volunteer work they do for the Boy Scouts of the Philippines. They also shared to us their projects and future plans to help make a difference in our country, in our community, in our society. If you wanna check that episode out, or if you even want your sons to join the Boy Scouts of the Philippines, you can check out that episode on our Facebook page and on our YouTube channel. So you can check it out after this episode. So for this episode, for my last episode for this season, I invited two two very special guests. They have projects that focus on the Morena advocacy. So they're kind of well known in their community, and I'm really excited to get to know them more, to get to know more about what they do and why they pick this advocacy in the first place. So let's get to know our first guest. I have with me today Juro Ongkiko. So he is the one who handles Morena. Can I have Juro on screen? There's Juro. Hi, Juro.
Hi, Erika.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for also
Thanks for having me.
being on my show. Okay, so
No problem.
tell me something about yourself. Where did you graduate from, and what you're currently doing now?
Okay, I graduated from UP Diliman with a Bachelor of Arts degree in psychology in 2016, and I've been a freelance photographer from 2017 to today. And I sometimes DJ, and yeah, so far I've been working on Morena for like 3 years. Why do you react that way?
Well, I don't know. Well, okay. I only know about the whole Morena thing. So,
Yeah.
but being a DJ, so how is that working for you now?
Like being a DJ, it's pretty bad, but that's not my main thing. It's more of like a side outlet to get, I don't know, all the work stress away. But yeah, everything else is fine. DJ stuff not so good, but everything else is good.
We'll be back shortly, making a difference. Only here on V81 Radio, South Manila. Big Benta, a Pinoy e-commerce site made for you. Enjoy hassle-free shopping with multiple payment options available. May local support din, ready to assist, so you can enjoy peace of mind when you shop. Visit our website to check different product offerings. Get anything you want and avail everything you need in just one click. Big Benta, Pinoy e-commerce, made for you. After this pandemic, let's support the Filipino community. Buy local, visit local, go local. May items ka na gustong ibenta? Or planning to buy something specific? Visit PinoyAds.ph, a free online classified ads na available to all. Post an ad para sa item na you want to sell. Or browse through the listing to find out what you're looking for. Connect with the community to explore, discover, buy and sell. Be the boss of every transaction sa PinoyAds.ph. After this pandemic, let's support the Filipino community. Buy local, visit local, go local. Para enjoy ang pakikinig sa V81 Radio kahit saan. We are now on your Amazon Echo devices. Just say, Alexa, play V81 Radio at i-enjoy ang inyong mga paboritong Pinoy music 24/7. Sabihin lang, Alexa, play V81 Radio. Now back to Making a Difference, only here on V81 Radio, South Manila.
Okay, I'm back. Super sorry. But I got my internet connection back. Welcome again to those who are just tuning in now. My name is Erika Mison, and you are now watching Making a Difference. Before the commercial, I was talking to Juro Ongkiko. He handles Moreno Morena. So I'd like to call back Juro Ongkiko to the screen.
Hello again.
Hello, I'm so sorry, Juro. Okay, no, it's my internet.
That's fine.
It's
That's fine.
kind of gloomy here. You know, we have to try to adjust with everything that's happening.
Yeah.
But okay, let's go back to the conversation. So, you are a photographer now, correct? Okay. And
Yeah,
why
freelance photographer.
why did you decide to pursue photography?
Sorry, what was that?
Why did you decide to pursue photography?
Oh, okay. That's a good question, and I like changing my answer every time. But then so far, photography, because I've always been in love with doing creative stuff. I think ever since high school, whether it be like graphic design or photography, not so much traditional art, but like digital art. Yeah, I was really into that. And in college, I got into psychology because I thought it would have been a good course to, like a good foundation for advertising.
Mhm.
And for advertising jobs when I graduated, I didn't have much good luck. And then so yeah, so after months of trying to apply to different kinds of agencies, yeah, photography was I think you can call it like a last effort to try to see if I could make it as a working fresh grad. So yeah, that just carried out all the way until now.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
it was
Hmm.
unexpected.
I mean, you're doing pretty well. As a photographer, I would see your photos. Again, I follow you talaga. So I follow Morena, and
Mhm.
you I'm a fan. I'm saying that not live, but I'm a fan. Okay, so um tell us more about Moreno Morena. So you started it 3 years ago?
So 3 years ago, I kind of 3 years ago. I started it late 2016. I think it was December, November, and I wanted to make a portfolio of my photography and graphic design work.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was trying to formulate, like I was thinking of this during the school year where I graduated, and yeah, I tried to come up with an idea that I wouldn't mind working on a lot because I knew since it's my portfolio for potential clients, I would have to work on it for a really long time. And then, yeah, I just thought like, what's something I knew well? What's something I could get into without much research? And so, yeah, being dark was one of those things. Yeah, and I thought it was a pretty easy topic for me to tackle as a portfolio project. And yeah, I just remembered earlier, like more of the background of Morena. I
Mm.
think a big factor that came into me deciding on dark skin was this short documentary video I saw. I think it was Vox on YouTube.
Mhm.
They did a piece about how film cameras back then weren't very flattering for dark skinned people. So usually when you take a film photo of someone, the darker skin tones are usually washed out. You can't see the people properly. And it really, yeah, favored the lighter skinned or fair skinned people way more. So yeah, I thought to myself, what if I had something the opposite of that? What if I could depict dark skinned people in in a really flattering way? What if I made dark skin the highlight of the photo? So yeah, that was a pretty good insight. And then from there on, it evolved into Morena eventually.
I need to watch that video. I'm so curious. I never knew that. Um, that was that's pretty. Okay, now I really understand where
Yeah.
where you're coming from. So with Morena, what is the how do you get how do you find people to feature on Morena? Maybe we could talk about that.
When I yeah, when I started out, the people I would feature were just friends from school or
Mhm.
friends from other circles.
Mhm.
And eventually, I think as I got to progress with my freelance photography work, I was able to get access to, I was able to meet other models, like people who would professionally be able to do like editorial stuff. Because, yeah, the main product, I guess you could call it, of Morena is the like editorial style photos. So yeah, that the freelance photography work helped out a lot in getting to know like makeup artists, uh, stylists, and other photographer peers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have photos that you would want to share? I think we do. Maybe we could
Yes.
show
I
the
have a couple.
photos. Yeah. If we could play those photos, show those photos on screen. And again,
Okay.
I like
Yeah.
how your feed is like very curated. Again, I follow. You can follow
Yeah.
Moreno on Instagram. They're on Instagram, and you're on Facebook too, right?
Yeah. I'm on
Okay.
Facebook. And yeah, I'll just give
Okay.
some background on the photos you'll be
Yeah.
showing.
Okay. So what's this about? Year one.
This was like a collage of all the portraits I took on the first year of Morena. So from
Mhm.
when did I say? December 2016 to I think around December 2017.
Mhm.
Yeah, that I was around 40 plus people I was able to take photos of. And then I
Wow.
made use of this very strong direct art style, which I really don't want to say I stole it, but then it's pretty much I stole it from yeah, an art director who is very well known for its very strong style, very severe and intensely contrasted. Yeah, with
Mhm.
the colors in the black and white. Very makes a statement.
Yeah, it does. It does. I like it. I really like it. Okay, sorry. I'm really fangirling right now. Okay. What other photos do we
Okay.
have? Okay.
This was I think this was my first one for this year. Or I don't know,
Oh.
it's been really crazy the timing of everything. I
Mm-mm.
think this was earlier this year or sometime last year.
Mm-hmm.
Might have been earlier this year. This is Reg and Bea. and I shot this in my lola's house.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
I don't know, not really much reason behind it, just like some editorial thing.
Okay, so what do they
Yeah,
do?
the title for this was, oh no, they're just school friends.
Okay,
Yeah, they pulled it off pretty well.
okay. Sorry, what was the title of this photo?
The title for this one was Girl Boss.
I like
Because because yeah, it's girls in suits. It's not, I don't know, but yeah, I'm pretty proud of this one.
I like this one. Yeah, I think I saw this recently. Okay, next. Ooh, oh wow, I like this one too.
This one is, I think I had it back here, the home studio.
Okay.
This is Martina and Jovic.
Mm-hmm.
We did. I kind of wanted to do something more close up, more really focused on the skin color.
Yeah.
And yeah, they don't. I don't know how strong their tans were that day, but then yeah, I made it in such a way that I highlighted the dark skin, made it. I don't know if it's flattering for some people, but then for me, I wanted to see how far I could push dark skin. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
It's amazing, Jurong. I like this one. Parang I like
thank
everything,
you.
you know. It's nice. Okay, this one.
This one is, so besides the editorial photos, I want Morena to be like a medium or a platform for people to explore that colorism, that prejudice of against dark skin. So
Mm-hmm.
I want to try to integrate some of my psych background into the project. So this is one of the attempts.
Mm.
I asked my Instagram followers what was the worst or what have been some insults you've heard about your dark skin. So yeah, I got an overwhelming number of answers, and then I compiled all of them, and then I separated them into themes, and then these some of these photos on display are illustrate some of those themes. So yeah, they call it a thematic
Okay.
analysis. I think, I don't know. I
Okay.
don't remember.
Okay.
Anyways,
Okay. This one. Oh, she's so pretty.
this is Bea.
Mm-hmm.
I got to know her not just on Instagram. I saw her on. I think she's based. I'm not sure exactly where she's based, but she's based in the U.S.
Okay.
And yeah, she visited. I guess home. She went back to her mom's place, or I'm not sure. I could be messing up all these details, but yeah, she was in Manila for a bit, and then I
Okay.
reached out to her and asked her if we could shoot
Mhm.
just around the village she was staying at.
Mm.
So yeah, that was
Nice.
the origin of these photos.
Okay. Okay.
This
Th-
one was this year? No, it was probably last year. This is
Mhm.
Ara.
Mhm.
This was also yeah shot in a makeshift studio, and yeah, I worked with some really great people here.
Okay. Mm.
Uh, Dorothy Mamalio, the makeup artist, wanted to try some of the shapes on her.
Okay.
I don't know what part you call that. The one just below the eyebrow and then right above the eyelash. I'm pretty sure some people have more
Mm. Parang brow bone. Okay,
there.
I don't know. What of the eye? No, because this is the eyelid, so maybe like brow bone or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
So
okay.
yeah, there she did her magic there, and I also worked with a stylist friend, si Kyla Lazada. So
Mm-hmm.
she supplied the clothes, and yeah, it was a very chill. Just three people working on that project,
Three
four
people.
including Ara.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was
So
a good one.
beautiful photos again.
Thank you.
Amazing. I love it. I love it. Um. So what are you doing now for Moreno Morena? Do you have any future plans?
Right now, I've kind of been on a break from Morena
Mm.
since yeah, I find it pretty hard to shoot
Yeah.
people over the quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
But then yeah, I've been trying to learn a bit more about social media stuff and like content marketing and all that
Mm-mm.
to kind of build on Morena. I was supposed to have pretty big plans for this year, but then so far everything's on hold,
Yes.
as with everything else. But
Mm-mm.
yeah, eventually, I don't know, more editorial stuff. More, I kind of want to get into interviewing different Morena or Morena personalities,
Yeah.
and I don't know, there's maybe some content people would be interested in.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so far that's it.
Exciting times where everything's put on hold, but I'm sure we spoke about this a while ago,
Yeah,
during before the interview, but I'm excited for what's in store, for what's next for Morena. Again, being a follower, I can't wait to see what you have for Morena. Thank you, Juro, for talking about your
yeah, of course.
advocacy. I will have you back again later. But now, for our next guest, we have Ayin Bernos. She is the founder of Morena, the label. So I'd like to call on Ayin. Hi,
Hi,
Ayin.
Erica. Hi.
Hello. You.
How are you? I'm good.
I'm good too. Just trying to, I don't know, go by day. All right. So Ayin, where did you graduate from pala?
I'm from UST.
Okay. What did you take up?
I took up English. Yeah,
Oh,
that's mhm.
nice. Okay. And then what do you do now?
Right now. I have my small business. I have a
Mhm.
printing business, so it's called Ideology Studio, where I
Mhm.
sell. That's where Morena, the label, is under. So it's like a merch line for creators. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. Okay. You know what? Let's jump right into it because I'm really curious now that you mentioned you have your own small business and Morena the
Mm-hmm.
label is under that. Let's talk more about Morena the label. So how did that start?
All right. So Morena the label really started as my personal extension of a merch line because I started YouTubing around 2017. No, 2016. And while I was growing my channel, I started creating more and more Morena content. So I had a lot of subscribers who were also Morenas who wanted to learn how to be more confident in their skin color. And so when I got to the point in my YouTube channel life where I thought it was an okay time to start selling merch,
Mm.
I didn't want to sell anything Ayin Bernos because it just didn't make sense to me to have
Mhm.
my name on merchandise. And so I thought, okay, what is one thing that my subscribers have in common and that I personally want to wear as well? And so that's how I started with Morena the label.
Mhm.
It was just a personal, I wanted to have it for myself and I wanted to make it available for those in my community. So that's kind of how it grew. And now here we are.
Okay. So what kind of merchandise do you sell on
So we
Morena the label?
sell t-shirts. We started out as a t-shirt line. Now we have
Mhm.
tote bags, bucket hats, we have
Mhm.
stickers. So it's really slowly growing and really happy.
Sorry, when did this start exactly? 2 years ago?
Morena the label started 2018.
Okay, 2018. So like a year after you started YouTubing, right?
Almost 2 years, actually. Yeah.
Mm, okay, sorry. Internet's pretty
Ah,
bad. I'm using my hotspot. I think it's about to rain here, so I feel like
here
that's
too.
why. Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's about to.
Yeah. So, okay, but okay,
It's
going
okay.
back
We'll
to
power through.
I know. We'll get through this. We'll get through this. Okay. So, going back. All right. Let's talk about your YouTubing days. So, what made you start your whole YouTube channel?
Well, I've always wanted to work in the media, TV,
Mhm.
broadcasting like this, like what you do. But I guess I never really found out the process of how to audition or how to make it happen. And so when I bought a camera, I just decided, okay, you know what? I'm gonna start my own channel if I can make the other stuff happen. So I started making my own videos, and it really just started as a passion not even. It was just a hobby I did for fun.
Okay.
So
Okay. And when you started out, okay, I don't have a YouTube channel, but then okay, I'm just curious. When you started out, like do you remember your like first few videos or first few content?
yes, I remember everything. The first few ones I did, because when I started I didn't know anything, so I didn't have
Mhm,
value to offer people. So I just made things for fun. I had
mhm,
a Morena makeup not a tutorial because I didn't know how to put on makeup
mhm,
then. So I
mhm.
would make fake tutorials, and they were awful. They're still up
Uh,
to this day, but they were awful. Yeah, so I did a lot of those until I gradually learned
mhm.
stuff that are worth sharing.
Okay, okay. So now with Morena the label, um what are you currently doing? Are you, despite COVID, are you guys still up and running? Do you have any projects?
So we actually relaunched a little over a week ago. So
Mhm,
we relaunched under ideology, and yeah, surprisingly it's going really well. For
mhm,
some reason, I think this is something that I really thought about when the pandemic started. I started thinking, is colorism still important to talk about? Do we still need to talk about this when everyone's, dealing with a health crisis? We're dealing with a health crisis. How is this relevant today? Is my business going anywhere? But then when we relaunched and we got back in touch with our community and I started hearing from people again, I realized that, the issue of self-esteem and confidence, they will be there whether there's a health crisis or not, and it's still important to people. So, yeah, I think it's still important that we talk about it, and there is still a place for it
mhm.
with our community. So I'm very happy about that we still get to talk about these things, like for this episode, for example.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I wanted to really feature you and Juro because this is another um this topic has been, I'm sorry, this, yeah, topic, yeah, I would say, has been going on for quite some time, especially here in the Philippines. You know,
Yeah.
we're actually, most of us are all Moreno Morena. And I want to know though, why this advocacy? Is there like a background story, just like Juro's background story on why he started Moreno Morena?
Yes, for sure. So the whole Morena thing was really a personal, it was from personal experience. I grew up really insecure about my skin color when I was a little kid, and it took me quite some time, but I eventually got to that point in my confidence, self-esteem, to accept what my skin color was and to be really happy with it. But then after being on YouTube for a while and realizing how other people felt about their skin color, I realized that not everyone gets to grow out of it. And so I wanted to help with that. So that's why I started creating more YouTube videos, empowering Morena girls, posting more pictures of myself with,
Mhm,
my unedited or unfiltered Morena skin, or and making the statement t-shirts, because
mhm,
it allowed people, I guess, to have that sense of belongingness, because the Morena, the label, is not about me at all. It's about anyone who wears our merch. That's everyone's story. So yeah, that's kind of how it started, and I still feel strongly about it, even though I've obviously overcome those
mhm,
insecurities. I understand that people still go through it, and what we want to do is really empower them so that they can have that confidence to pursue whatever it is. It doesn't have to be about the Morena skin. It's just about their general happiness, their general outlook in life. And we can help with that by helping them, cultivate that confidence that has been missing because of colorism. So,
mhm. I love it. I I I guess growing up also, I super love the whole Moreno culture. Like I look up to, I don't know, I find beauty with it, you
That's
know.
so good. That's so nice.
Yeah, I really do. I really do. I, I guess I was also surrounded by those who were also Morena. So it's really empowering. But I also do understand that there are um people who are insecure about it. And
Mhm.
honestly, they shouldn't really be insecure about it. It's
Yeah.
something to be happy about it. It's God given too. And
Mhm.
by the way, I also love you're glowing, girl. Can I just say, while you were talking, I was just looking at you, and you're just glowing. I love it
Thank
so
you.
much.
It's sleep. It's sleep.
Sleep. Okay, sleep is important. Guys, sleep is important if you want to get that glow. But I'm really I'm I'm a fan of Juro, and I'm also your fan too. I I've heard about Morena the label um before. But
Mhm.
I heard about Morena first, then Morena the label. But sorry, right now I'm just fangirling because I'm actually talking to you both, and it's just really nice to it's really nice to hear and to share also with the
Mhm.
viewers. But we'll talk more on that later.
Yeah.
I remember my mom, she used to like Tetchi Agbayani. I remember. She Basta I think my mom saw her, I think, in Hong Kong or
Yeah.
something like, yeah. And super, like, she's super morena, as in pantay lahat and all that. So there, wala lang, share lang.
My Morena model, my Morena role model was Bianca Gonzalez. So growing up, she was that one person in on
Mm-mm.
TV who kind of looked like me, and so I was always like,
Mm-mm.
yes, I stan.
Oo nga 'no?
It
Bianca
helps.
Gonzalez. Oo nga, yeah, yun nga eh. It's nice to know that there are people like Juro and you who really stand firm with your advocacy. So it's really nice to hear all of this. Um, okay. So going back to Moreno the label. Um, what was I gonna say? Going back with Miranda the label, do you mentioned that you have merch and all that. Are there other things that you do pa for Morena the label?
So recently, we started putting out more educational content about colorism, and I want to move forward with the brand in that direction. Because
Mm.
yes, while the merch is obviously helpful and it's aesthetically pleasing, and
Mhm.
it's nice to have those things, but at the same time, we want to shift the ideology, the beauty ideology,
Yeah.
through information, really. So when we're armed with information, then we can move forward knowing exactly what we're fighting against. And in this case, it's colorism. So for a lot of people, especially those who do not understand it, we just think, oh, it's just morenas or darker skinned people being
Mhm.
teased. But it's really deeper than that. And that's what we want to focus on moving forward with the brand. We want to talk about the issues, the kinds of discrimination that people are affected by, how it affects other people's jobs. So yeah, we want to talk about those things a little more, as
Mhm.
opposed to just having nice fashion
Yeah.
content that we used to have.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can dig a little deeper on
Mhm.
colorism and help the movement. It's really nice that we have, Juro's account, we have influencers that are being more vocal nowadays. So it's
Mhm.
definitely a community effort, and we want to be a bigger part of that, even more so now. So
Okay. So do you have besides than that, do you have any other future plans for Morena the label? Like where do you see Morena the label in like 5 years? Parang ganon.
honestly, with Morena the label, when I think about the really far end goal. I don't have anything for 5 years from now, but the end goal is to hopefully help build a society that doesn't need Morena the label, because it'll just be normal and equal and just as beautiful as every other beauty standard. So hopefully we find a future where there's a generation of Morenos and Morenas that doesn't need Morena the label. That's what we're trying to get to eventually. But for now, this is what we do, and we're just trying to keep growing a day at a time.
Okay, but well, again, that's really nice. I'm excited for the both of you, Juro and
Thank you so
Aileen.
much.
So thank you so much also for talking about Morena the label. We are now gonna go on break. But don't leave. We are gonna be talking more to both Juro and Ayin. So we'll be right back after these few announcements.
We'll be back shortly, making a difference. Only here on V81 Radio, South Manila. Para enjoy ang pakikinig sa V81 Radio kahit saan. We are now on your Amazon Echo devices. Just say, Alexa, play V81 Radio at i-enjoy ang inyong mga paboritong Pinoy music 24/7. Sabihin lang, Alexa, play V81 Radio. Kabayan, nahuhomesick ka ba? I-download na ang aming mobile app at mag-enjoy sa mga kantang tatak Pinoy and feel like you're home. The V81 Radio mobile app, available in the App Store and Google Play Store. V81 Radio mobile app, free now, free forever. Now back to Making a Difference, only here on V81 Radio, South Manila.
Hi, welcome back to Making a Difference. My name is Erika Mison, and I am the host for today. So before the break, I got to talk to both Juro and Ayin. So these two, they are very strong in their advocacy, which is the whole Morena advocacy, really promoting it and sharing their thoughts and just really empowering their followers and their viewers. So now we are actually going to talk to them both. I'd like to call back Juro and Ayin on screen, and maybe we could get to know a little more pa. So hi, Juro and Ayin.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay. So maybe you could share like an experience, maybe like si Juro, like while during his shoots, or like si Ayin, maybe you've encountered viewers from your YouTube channel. So maybe you could share your experience, something that you would remember, something that you would keep till you for the rest of your life, and maybe something that really pushed you to work harder in terms of your advocacy. So maybe who wants to start first?
Juro.
Okay, I'll try to thinking of something. Yeah, I could start. Something I remember. I think a lot of times from the shoots I've been working on, even ones just not related to Morena.
Okay.
The makeup artist would comment on how lots of foundation or they rarely find foundation that matches darker skin.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's something that comes up a lot. And I know I'm not sure if there are any local makeup businesses that start to cater to darker skin, but I know there's like a demand for it, and people are being more vocal about what they want to see
Mm.
in terms of makeup or yeah.
Oo. I know, if I'm not mistaken, I know si Vice Cosmetics ata is coming up. Like they're trying to um, find out what shades they could produce in terms of foundation.
Mhm.
And I know I was gonna mention something. Parang I know, well, the mga international brands, alam ko meron, like si MAC Cosmetics.
Yeah.
Yun, for sure. But that has always been the issue, no?
Mhm.
Um,
You know, a couple of years ago, I had this exact problem.
mm-mm.
I have a foundation shade that I used from an international brand, which I got from a tita. And then I went to the mall and then I asked for that same shade because I knew that they carried that shade because I bought it from them. And then the sales lady told me that they don't sell it in the Philippines. Sabi ko, what? Like, you don't sell this brown shade in the Philippines?
Yeah.
Why? And she told me because the market daw doesn't like brown shades. Tapos parang ko, what?
Really?
That doesn't make sense because we're almost all brown here. So apparently, ang before to, like maybe 4 years ago, then
Mm-mm.
yung attitude ng consumers towards makeup, we want to look whiter. So everything we put on, like something that's gonna make us lighter. Pero
Correct.
now nga, as Juro mentioned, there's a shift. People are becoming more vocal about what they want. And so brands are finally addressing that gap in the market. So as for local brands, I use Elana Minerals Cosmetics. If
Yes,
you've heard of it,
yes. Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah. Oh,
amazing. They have shades darker than my skin tone, which is something that I never experienced before. Lagi kong problem yung ang puti-puti na mukha ko and then hindi siya match sa skin ko. So,
mm-mm.
ayun. I
Yeah.
think it's really changing.
Mm. Ayun, and parang I remembered bigla, si Nadine also came out, but that's not foundation-wise. It's more of like mga ano na yun, eye
Mhm.
makeup that fit perfectly to the Moreno skin. But it before kasi no, years ago, sorry Jura, this is like pang makeup, but
That's
and
fine. Go
you're a
ahead.
makeup auditor, so you would kind of know na rin. It was ano, it was pretty complicated to buy mga local na foundations. Kasi mga pag international brands medyo kaya pa. But
Mhm.
still. Yeah, but that's a very good insight, Juro. Like coming from a guy. Well, but then
A
again, kasi
photographer.
so he knows. How about you, Ayin?
I think I always go back to so I have a little cousin who is also Morena, and one day I saw her Instagram. She's like really young. She's really young, as in she's really young. And then I saw in her bio, Morena.
Uh-huh.
So natuwa lang ako because she's from another generation and she's Morena. I remember when I was that age, I would not be openly saying to the world na, I'm Morena, I'm proud. But she was, and this is because of more and more Morenas coming out and being more vocal about loving their skin color. Parang before, it was if you're a Morena and you're proud, the reception would be, wow, what a concept. What? Confident siya, tapos maitim siya. It was
Yeah.
different. But now it's becoming more normal. And I think it's even more reason for us to continue what we do because it really affects confidence. When you grow up with confidence versus when you grow up with low self-esteem, your drive to go after what you want, it's affected. So the more confident morenas we have, the more potential we see, the more dreams they go after, and I think it's really important. And the children are our future.
That's so true. And you know what? That's what I wanted to talk about next. It's more of accepting yourself, what you have, your God-given abilities and physical features, and then from there you'll have the confidence. No, but um, why do you think confidence plays an important role in our lives? Do you guys
Mhm.
have any thoughts on that?
Confidence. I, I think ano talaga, when you by default look at yourself as equal, then you're more empowered to just do things, go after things. Whereas if by default you think you're inferior, even if it's totally unrelated, let's say this is all about public speaking,
Mhm.
and yung confidence mo is affected by not your public speaking skills but your appearance, it will trickle into all the other parts of your life, and it will affect all the other areas in your life. So it's really limiting if
Mhm.
you have a low self-esteem, because you limit yourself. Like, no one else is limiting you, no one else is telling you, no, this is your limit or this is what you can't do. But
Mhm.
because you believe you're by default inferior, then you don't go after those little things. And sometimes we think, oh, that's just a small thing, that's a small opportunity. But if you pile them up, years and years of feeling like this, it will really take a lot from you and your life. So hopefully, yeah, that's what we want to do. We want to boost people's confidence so that they can have the choice to go after whatever it is that they want to do. Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah,
confidence.
agree with that. How about you, Juro? Any thoughts on that?
I think the way I look at it with being teased for having dark skin, when I was, I think for another interview I did, I mentioned something about how having that pressure on you to fit a certain beauty standard, and you pushing back on the way you are. For example, you've been told your whole life that fair skin is more beautiful than dark skin, but you have dark skin. So
Mhm.
you grow up pushing back against that, yeah, just the way you are. And I think that's very tiring for a lot of people.
Yes.
Like you don't feel it like a physical kind of tiredness.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like what Ayin said, it's something that gradually piles up and then it gets you in the end. And I think that the energy you spend fighting back against what you really are, or something you can't change,
Mhm.
I know it's unnecessary. It's something
Yes.
that I don't know why our generation has to deal with it. It it really has no benefit in the end. It's not benefiting anyone. It
Mm-hmm.
just becomes an avenue for like a difference in power, I guess.
Mhm.
It gives
Yeah.
you a reason to like, put someone under you, which I don't think is fair because like having dark skin, you don't really have any control over that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just in the end, the people it affects, they're trying. I'm trying to word it properly. They're trying to like negotiate who they are, which I don't think should be a case because
Yeah.
it's much easier, much healthier, I think, to be happy with how you are already. If there's something you want to change, it shouldn't be because like the world is just against you. And I think
Yeah.
that's yeah, it's a very unfair thing that I've noticed about yeah the colorism and prejudice against people with dark skin.
Mhm. Totally. I totally agree with you both. Um, Before we move on, there's actually a question.
Ooh.
If we could flash that. It's by Andy Oy. Her question is, okay, I'll read it while I'll flash it. Why do you think, no, sorry, what do you think about internalized colonialism in relation to colorism? Parang lalim na to. What else can we all do to unlearn that? Can we show this question on screen so that our viewers can see? But this is hmm,
Mm-hmm.
interesting question. Why do
Great
you think?
question.
What do you think about internalized? There we go. What do you think about internalized colonialism in relation to colorism? What else can we all do to unlearn that? That's pretty heavy. But
I love that.
do you have what are your
Question.
thoughts on that?
Well, first of all, colorism really is brought upon by internalized colonialism. I mean, there's historical evidence, of this beauty standard being a result of, years and years of Spanish colonization
Mhm.
and yung hierarchy natin sa society where dark skin is always associated with a lower status, lower level of intelligence.
Mhm.
We say in the commercials, we say kutis artista, we mean maputi. When we say
Yeah.
kutis mayaman, we mean
Uh-huh.
there's always that inferiority that we connect to dark skin.
Mhm.
And the way we unlearn that, I guess for me, the first thing we do is unlearn it in sa sarili natin. So in on a personal level, we need to unlearn that. Just knowing that anything Filipino is not inferior. Meron tayong biases now we have unconsciously, like for example, Tagalog. Yun, yung Tagalog pa lang, 'di ba? Meron na tayong bias doon. How we treat English versus Tagalog, how we treat dark skin versus light skin, how we treat local goods versus imported goods. And I
Mhm.
guess the easiest way to go about it, or at least the most attainable way to go about it, is to unlearn it on a personal level. Na parang just because this part of me is very Pinoy, yung itsura ko Pinay na Pinay, doesn't mean I'm inferior in any way. I have the same, I deserve to be where I am just as much as other people who look like foreigners do. Yung parang ganon. It's just knowing that nothing about us being dark or Pinoy or very Asian, ewan ko. Like, nothing about that is inferior at all by default. And it's the inferiority complex that we're trying to remove. So it's important to push back when, for example, when we laugh at these jokes na, oh, hindi kita makita sa dilim. Don't laugh at it. Like,
Yeah.
don't give it power.
Mhm.
Don't empower those thoughts, because those simple microaggressions, it becomes larger and you see it on a grander scale, like how we as a society deal with colorism and colonialism. Ayun, basta there.
Puwede
Kunti
na
an.
pang ano, pang Miss
Nice.
Universe yun, Ayin. Galing.
Thesis ko kasi ito nung college, actually. So that's why.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
this is my
okay.
thesis.
Nice. Okay. Like, as in, this specific topic talaga.
So it's called Language and Colorism, Beauty Ideologies in Pons Philippines advertisement. So it's colorism in the Philippines and how media portrays it, how we use language to promote it or maintain that ideology. Ganyan. So anyway, kaya yun lang yung pinagkukunan ko. That's why I like it, the topic.
Siyempre, you still keep that with you. Thesis yun eh.
I know, dinefend ko yun.
How about you, Juro? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Oh yeah, I do. Actually, last night I was in the middle of watching The Devil Wears Prada, and I think one part there
Oh,
really stuck out to me after.
mhm.
Yeah, it was the part where Anne Hathaway's character laughs at, I think, some designer who's showing Meryl Streep different belts, the similar looking blue belts,
Mm.
and then Meryl Streep goes on this monologue about, basically, she says like how the actions of very few people on top affect the masses, like how Anne Hathaway picked that blue sweater, cerulean sweater, one of those, yeah. And then it made me think about like how it relates to colonialism and colorism, because you could trace back the teasing I got from like growing up in like grade school, high school. You could trace it all the way back to like the actions of a few men, the people who came, maybe the Spanish colonization, the American colonization, and how their actions, yeah, propagated the bias towards dark skin and the preference for light skin. And I think it's kind of unfair. It's really unfair that how the actions of those few people on top trickle down, like not only through people, not only but also to like trickle down through generations, and how like why do I have to suffer because of what some white guy did how many centuries ago? It's I don't know. It's stupid. There's no other way to put it. I think it's stupid. But yeah, one way we can unlearn colorism is just by being aware of how, I guess, senseless or how
Yeah.
baseless hating on dark skin is. It's really, yeah, preferent. Like our knee-jerk reactions to people with dark skin are all because of these few people, how many
Mhm.
centuries ago, and their preferences and how they like took advantage of Filipinos back then. And yeah, it's very oppressive and it's very ingrained in our history and culture. So it's not going to be hard to. I mean, it's not going to be easy to unlearn, but it's definitely something we can unlearn. And
Yeah.
I think with the amount of support that our Morena or Morena appreciation gets, it seems like it's going in a good direction. The like trying to unlearn all that and trying to um, take control of our own standards of beauty in our own lives. Yeah.
Yeah, totally agree with that. I mean that's why I invited both of you here today because I really believe like you both of you you're really taking a step forward. You know, really trying to empower the whole Moreno Morena community. I'm well, ako how I see it naman now, parang people now are more accepting. You guys mentioned this now, which is pretty great. There's progression somehow there is. Um, pero before talaga it was a different time back then. What do you
Mhm.
think? Ano kaya? Curious question lang. Because I was thinking about this a while ago, like, biglang nag-shift eh. 'Di ba? From before na hindi masyadong accepting yung Morena skin, especially like if you wanna be on TV,
Mhm.
if you wanna pursue something, mahihirapan ka just because Morena yung skin color mo. But then now, it's more accepting now. Why? How did we get to that kaya? What do you think? What parang ano, there's something that popped. And I'm trying to figure it out also. This is also a thought that I was like thinking.
Parang ngayon, I mean, it's partly, yes, it's we're also more accepting, ganyan. Pero at the same time, I sometimes feel like this is a marketing strategy na a lot of these brands are pushing for na, yay, diversity, let's go get morenas. Parang sometimes it's that and sometimes it's genuine. Kasi, and if you can see it sa ano sa backstage, like you see morenas being pushed forward, pero meron pa ring, minsan makikita mo pa rin, what I don't like is when brands, halimbawa, they promote Morena Pride, and then they get a non-Morena, tapos pinapaitim nila. So they still have the European features. They still look very mestiza, and then papaitimin nila for Morena Pride, which is, I'm like, you're just tolerating. Parang tinotolerate nyo lang kami on your terms. But like, get someone real. So, I think hindi pa masyado distinguished yung difference. But, you know, working with brands nga, parang I can sometimes tell when they're really pushing for it versus using it as a marketing tool. Definitely the people being more vocal is helping. But I think it's gonna take more time na hindi lang siya dapat ano yun, like parang what do you call this, just for shock factor. It's not just a shock factor, it needs to be normalized. Like a beautiful morena, a confident morena should be a normal thing. It shouldn't be a shock factor. And right now I think nasa shock factor pa tayo. We're like, wow, a confident morena, what a concept. Pero I think we're getting there because of this. We're slowly getting there, but it's still a long way to go. I think.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
good
Yeah.
progress though.
Yes. Don't agree with that one. How about you, Juro? Any
I think,
insights?
I think to follow up on what Ayin said about it could be a marketing ploy to get more people to buy products.
Mhm.
And yeah, when I shot one of the models from Morena, si Angela, she mentioned how she isn't an advocate necessarily of dark skin, but she just wants to advocate being happy with yourself. And I think that came from the insight of whenever she would post photos of herself, people would comment, "Oh, you're so brave, brave for being proud of your skin like that." But on her end, she just wants to post a photo like everyone else. Why is it that whenever a dark skinned person posts a photo, they have to be brave or they have to be like standing up for something? It's pretty dumb. Also, I don't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird.
Mhm.
There's a difference. Yeah, when a fair skinned person posts their photo, they don't get the same kinds of praise or the same kinds of comments as someone who, if they were dark skinned. Yeah, I
That's
know.
so
It's something I
funny.
want to look into. It's something I want to study. Then it's
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah. Oo nga, no? Parang, napaisip din ako. Yeah, like, what if like, we just wanna post photos
Yeah,
tapos
I just want to post a picture.
we're not even, like, promoting.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, that's kinda weird come to think about it. Like, why can't we just post our own photos and I
That's
mean,
And
it
be an advocate for something. Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, okay, people are aware, yes. The awareness is there, which is a good first step, awareness. So I guess now it's just really tama nga kayo eh. It's just really making it normal. I mean, we're all human.
yeah.
We go through the same things, and we just this is just us. This is who we are. So hopefully we could get to that. I want to see that happen. No, just making it normal. Oh, nga, natatawa ako sa comment na yun. Sorry, I couldn't get it out of my
I
head.
love that. Me too. You're so brave. Whoa, you're dark and you feel beautiful. You're so brave for feeling beautiful in that dark skin. Whoa, what the heck?
Now,
Nakakatawa,
okay.
actually.
Yeah,
Now it's okay. To be honest with you guys, entering I've been curious these past few days on how the interview is gonna go because um I really wanted to know your thoughts on this, and now I'm learning so much from you guys, and I hope the viewers are learning something as well. I can see you guys have friends or people who support you who are just really they're agreeing with you, no, and I now I I now see the bigger picture to this, you know, and it's because of you guys.
Aw.
it's nice to know.
Do you guys have any advice that you would want to give? Maybe, there might be a viewer,
Mhm.
maybe not watching now, but maybe in a couple of days they might just see this video and maybe they're also going through something they're not really as confident or they don't have a lot of self-esteem. So, what advice would you give to that person?
Um, I always tell my subscribers, confidence is contagious, and by that I mean, if you're feeling good about yourself today, tell people about it. Share. Don't be shy about sharing how good you feel about yourself, because you don't know who's looking at you. You don't know who's reading your post. You don't know who is being affected by how you speak to yourself. So instead of being outspoken when you feel down, be outspoken when you feel good, because it we're all connected in that way, and we affect each other in that way. So I've noticed, my some people in that community, they reach out and they say na, oh, just by, people who are just happy with how they are, the more vocal they are, the more people think na, oh, I can do it too, because to them it's normal. So just be your happy normal self and allow people in, because you never know how that will inspire them. So ayun, just wherever you are, whoever you are, you're an inspiration to somebody, and make sure that you communicate that kind of confidence.
I love it. Natouch ako. Ako yung natouch.
Natouch tayo.
Oo. Oh, thank you, Ayin. How about you, Juro? What piece of advice would you give to that person?
It would have to be to, right, since social media is so hard to avoid nowadays, especially on Instagram, where you would see. Well, I think it's a pretty big platform for showing you what a beauty standard is. I think a simple thing you could do is to follow just more people who look like you. I think it
Yes.
makes it makes a really big difference if you can see yourself on
Mhm.
screens or on in movies and TV shows. For example, when I saw Josh De La Cruz be casted as the next Blue's Clues guy, I was really I was really
Oh,
blown away because
yeah.
he's Filipino and he's dark skinned.
Yeah,
And that
yeah,
was
yeah.
really cool because like you
Mhm.
never would have thought that you would see yourself on a
Mhm.
big like a big thing like Blue's Clues, I
And
guess.
that's
But yeah,
blues,
it's
blues.
yeah, it's
Big.
Blue's Clues. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
But yeah, to follow people who look like you. Don't I think the beauty also with social media is that you get to curate your own timelines, your own feeds. So I think a good practice would be to also balance out what you're seeing. You should follow these accounts who you can see yourself in, and don't just always follow accounts
Mhm.
that show you an unattainable standard. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be healthy, it would be healthier to see more people like you on your screen. It doesn't have to be someone, for example, a Caucasian person or an influencer. They don't have to be 100% of your Instagram feed.
Take
Definitely.
Yeah.
notes from Juro.
Yes. Oh, okay. So speaking of taking notes, actually hindi pala siya related, but I want to show some comments. We have a couple of comments here. Maybe we could flash just a few. I want to read some out if we could, maybe like three. If we could flash like three comments. Um, from Linda Mison, I agree with Eileen. We should not feel inferior because of our color. Many others envy us now. We are now, may continuation yan. Let me just read it. We are now considered just as pretty and attractive as those with lighter skin. Yun nga, like, it's becoming more acceptable nowadays.
I feel like
But
we've always been on the
yeah,
same level. We just never acknowledged it. Like we just didn't think we were. We've always been just as pretty and beautiful. Hindi lang talaga the ideology was just there, but we have the power to change it.
yeah. Oo, totoo yun. Ay, yun nga, it's more of, okay, no, we answered that question a while ago. But yeah, yun nga, more awareness.
Mhm.
And, okay, yun, more awareness. Maybe one more, we have supporters here eh. Sige, let me read one. Si Jinko, he said that Juro stating some relatable facts. Actually, very ang daming I learned a lot today from you both. Ang daming facts nga na sinasabi ni Juro. And that's really cool, really cool. Thank you for sharing. I'm actually so grateful to have you both on my show, my season finale. Save the best
Congrats.
for last, 'di ba? Thank you so much. Do you have any shout outs that you want to give before we end the show?
I just wanted to say hi to my friend Drew, who's been saying hi since kanina pa. Hi, Drew. That's it. Yep.
Okay. Hello, Drew. How about you, Drew?
Hi to my family. I think they're tuned in right now upstairs.
Oh, okay.
Hi to and yeah, and also hi to Kai Kai Chu. I saw she commented. She's one of the makeup artists I work with a lot. Makeup artist,
Oh,
stylist. Yeah, she's
nice.
been a big part of Morena since the beginning. Yeah.
Aw.
That's so nice. Yun din, no? You create connections as well.
Mhm.
You both of you are connected because of the community,
Because
and
of this.
you, 'di ba? Then you gain friends, you learn new insights. So, it's really nice to be part of a community like this when you're just really supporting each other. Wait, is there a new comment? Oh, there's a new comment. Can we show that again? Actually, Linda Mison's my lola. Because
Aw.
we will see
Hi.
Mison. Obviously, they
Hi,
know.
Lola Linda.
In my days, we would bleach ourselves to look lighter and then careful not to be exposed under the sun. So this was during her time, no? Grabe, I can't imagine. Huh? How do you bleach?
Yeah, yung ano, I mean, it still happens today, yung mga nagpapaputi, like gluta shots, lotions. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not sure about bleaching though. I've never
Well,
tried it.
mm-mm.
But crazy how people imagine the lengths you would go to, the money you have to spend to be to feel pretty. It's so hard. Like why can't you just be you and then end there?
Exactly. That's the main point of today's episode. It's just being who you are, loving what you have, everything, your talents and your physical features. It's just accepting it, no, and loving what God has given to you. So, well, that's my take from this episode, and I'd like to thank you both again so much for coming on my show and talking about the community, the Morena community, and I hope I get to meet you guys in person after
Yes,
everything that's
perhaps.
happening. I would want, kasi nga I'm a fan eh. Sorry, ako naman nagiging fan ngayon. So, thank you, Duro and Ayin. Please take care, and
Thanks
I hope
too.
to see you
Thank you for
guys.
having us.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
And there you have it for my season finale. I saved the best for last. I've been following both Moreno Morena and Morena the label for quite some time now, and I could see that their heart is in this advocacy, their passion. The way that they show their photos or do their work, you could see the passion there, and it's just really nice to hear both Juro and Ain share their thoughts on their advocacy. It's also an advocacy close to my heart as well. I really support that advocacy, and yun nga, as what I mentioned, it's really just about loving yourself and being very, very confident. I can vouch for that. Confidence is key. That's one thing that pushes me in life to do what I want to do. I mean, this whole V81 radio, I was really surprised that I actually am doing this, and it's that confidence that pushed me to do this. And now I'm ending my very first season, so I just want to end with this note. Thank you all so much. I'm so overwhelmed. I'm very happy with what with my first season of Making a Difference. I learned so much from my guests, and I hope you guys, my viewers, learned a lot too. I would like to thank you, especially to those who have been supporting making a difference and V81 Radio as a whole since day one. It's because of you guys. That's why we're still continuing. That's why we're still here. So thank you so much for all the support. I'd also like to thank Sir Rolly, Sir Charlie, and Sir Rally for giving me this wonderful opportunity. I've been having so much fun doing this, sharing my insights, talking to people, learning new things. And I just want to thank you again to Sir Rolly, Sir Charlie, and Sir Rally. I've learned a lot also from you guys po. You've been my mentors as well. And yeah, so I'm just really, really so thankful. Thank you also to, syempre, the tech team of V81. Lagi ko silang kausap. Si Ate Din, Kuya Robbie, Kuya Jason, and Ate Ana who handles social media. Again, I'd like to thank you. Salamat. Sana I could see you guys soon. Makasama na tayo in our station eventually. Pero thank you din sa mga tulong. Sila yung nag-handle lahat from the showing of photos to like sino papasok, sino aalis. So thank you. Sobrang natuto din ako sa inyo. And who else pa? Dami. I'd also like to thank din my family, yan, my mom, my dad, my sisters. They've been, ayan, nagsusulat sila ngayon. Yan, they're telling me what to say actually. Yan, surprise. Sabihin ko na. Wala yun. No, but they've been supporting me in everything that I do. So, thank you, Mom, Dad, Sophie, Cheska. Sobrang full production palagi. Every Saturday, full production sa bahay, and I wouldn't be here if it weren't for them also. And of course, sa mga friends ko, some of them kasi have been my guests, and some of them I just met, like yun, sina Aileen and Juro. So I'd like to thank you for coming on my show. Um, you've helped me, you've helped this show also grow, and you've also helped a lot of my viewers gain insights, and that's what I want from this show. That's the main goal of this, of making a difference, is to really showcase what the youth is doing, and also to educate the viewers naman, on our different views in life. So thank you, and of course, I'd like to thank, syempre, this all happened because of the big guy up there. So I'm really thankful. Every day I'd pray to him, and I'd thank him for giving me this opportunity to be an anchor on V81. So I'm very thankful, and I'm very, very blessed to be doing all of this. So before we end, again, we have more shows. We have tonight at 6 p.m. Madame Venus, and then 9 p.m. we have Rainbow Society, and then tomorrow we also have more shows. So talagang every Saturday and Sunday, ang dami naming shows, and you can watch them live. You can also watch them not live. So we have them naman. It's just on our social media pages, Facebook and YouTube. And it's also on our website. So tomorrow we have Startup Nation in the morning. We have Talk Shop Asia. And we also have Napalm, Let's Chat with Tita Gracie, and Mustapaps. And I would also like to congratulate, actually, the launch. We have a new show. It's called Two for the Road. This is with Sir Rolly and Sir Charles. Kasabay ko siya. 3:30 p.m. and they just launched. So congratulations on that launch. And we're just so happy that the V81 family is growing, and we're so happy that we have viewers who really enjoy our show. So if you have any suggestions, especially on making a difference, if you want to recommend people you would want me to interview, or any certain topics that you would uh, want to want to talk about, please message the page, so that's making a difference, and I will actually personally reply to you. Yeah, I also handle that page. So again, if you have any suggestions, let me know. I'm very, very open to that. One more pa, may mga pasabog na congrats. So, congratulations also to we just launched the TSA, so that's Talk Shop Asia Global USA Edition. Okay, every Wednesday, 10 a.m. naman. So, Talk Shop Asia started here with Sir Rolly, and now there's global. There's Talk Shop Asia Global. Tapos USA edition pa. O, diba? Super bongga ngayon ng V81 Radio. I'm just so happy, and I'm just so excited for what we have in store for our viewers. So I hope na you get to watch us more. And that's it for today. I will see you next week for the launch and for my first episode of season 2 of Making a Difference. So watch out for that. We are gonna revamp Making a Difference, and I'm very, very excited for that. So I'll see you guys next week, same time, same place. Stay safe, practice social distancing, wear a mask, and hygiene also. Wash your hands and all. And just stay safe. Stay safe, everyone. Okay. I will see you guys next week. Bye.
The program for the millennials that will showcase young professionals' worth, aspirations, and successes in doing what they believe is right, progressive, and inclusive. Making a difference. Making a difference. Join them as they discover the path to self and societal fulfillment while making a difference. Hosted by empowered and cool millennial Erika Mison. Together with her cool millennials, they will be making a difference. Every Saturday, 3 p.m. Philippine time. Only here on V81 Radio. South Manila. Tunog Pinoy, Tatak Pinoy. The future of radio. This is your all hits, all Pinoy internet radio station. This is V81 Radio Worldwide.
Ito ang paborito ng bawat Pilipino. Basta all hits, all Pinoy, panalo. Merong kwentong iyakan at tawanan.